It looked like I had ringworm on my face. Like there were teeth marks on my face. Like that bitch bit me. What is up, buds? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Mac Dizzle, and today we are in my guest bedroom and we're gonna be hotboxing it. I do have the door closed off, all the windows are closed, so yeah, it's just gonna be this room here. I'll give you a little gander around. There you go. There's the guest room. In that little 360 that you just got, you probably peeped this little white rectangular thing in the corner. That is my new air freshener. I got 2 of them, and here's why. For multiple reasons, actually. My neighbors definitely smoke cigarettes inside of their house, and we have a joint air duct. And so every time I turn on my AC, the smell of cigarettes just penetrates my house, and it's an awful, awful thing. And also, I assume it's probably pretty bad for me. So I got this air freshener, air filter, I should say. It's a filter, not a freshener, it's an air filter. Wow. But I got this filter so that I can filter the air that I'm breathing in. Secondarily, I also got it because
I smoke a lot of weed in my house,
and I'm a little worried about how that might be like affecting like my pets and stuff. And so, boom, I have these running all the time now, and it just keeps the air a little fresher, a little crisper, and it removes a lot of the cigarette smell and the weed smell too. Hi, buds. Okay, so I realized when I filmed the hotbox, I did not do a good job showcasing this purifier. And also, let's note that I call it a filter the entire video, and it's actually a purifier, so just ignore that. But I wanted to give you guys kind of a little bit more of like an in-depth view of this and talk about it just a tiny bit more, things that I wanted to bring up. So when I first filmed this video, it was the first time I had used the filter. Like I hadn't been using it in my house very much. And so after that video, I've been using it in my house for like the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Shut the fuck up. And I've had friends over who have been staying in a hotel, and one of my friends, Alicia, actually commented on how much fresher the air in my house was compared to their hotel. This actually happened, a real thing. And I've noticed myself that my house is much less smoky, has a lot less weed smell in it, and the cigarette smell from the vents almost doesn't ever happen anymore. So when I would walk into that room behind me, it's my guest room, and almost every time you walk in there, it smells like cigarettes. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with the ventilation, but almost every time you walk in there, it has cigarettes, like the smell of cigarettes. But since I've had the filter in there running pretty consistently, like I don't smell it anymore, and that makes me feel very happy because it makes me feel like my lungs are a little bit healthier. I'm gonna manually focus this now. So here you go, here we are. This thing goes up and down so you can kind of see the display. You turn it on. It plays a lovely song. I like to keep it on auto. They do have different settings you can put it on. You can set it on a sleeper so it turns off after a certain amount of time. You can adjust the LED lights. You can turn the fan up or down. I traditionally just leave it on auto because when it senses like debris or whatever the fuck it senses in the air, it'll turn up the fan higher automatically. And when there's not really smoke or anything in the air and the air is clean, it runs on a lower level. So I just like to keep it on auto, and it's lit, fam. Also, check out the new set. So today the experiment is we're gonna be hotboxing this room with 6 different fucking things. I have this tiny little joint, but I have this hemp blunt, these 4 joints, and then this is like a stick of hash. I think it's like a hash joint. But we're gonna be smoking on these in here today. Try to get as much smoke in this room as possible, and then I'm gonna leave it with the air freshener or the filter on. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna see how well it did with the box. So I'm very interested to see if it can power through all the smoke of a hot box. I think Koala Puffs did something similar on her channel. I think she might have just recently uploaded it. This is the best way I can think to demonstrate the Clairwind air filter. So if you're interested in checking out the air filter, check out the link in the description of this video. I have a discount code. It'll save you 35%. Discount code is right here. If you're in an apartment, if you got kids, pets, this is a great thing if you smoke weed in your house, just to keep things fresher, keep the air cleaner, and everybody wins. So let's fucking start this hot box. I am so distracted. Okay, so I'm actually on my phone for a reason. I went on my Instagram and I asked you guys to ask me a bunch of really weird questions. So I'm gonna go through some of those and just shut the fuck up! I'm gonna go through some of those and we're gonna see what the people have been asking. Okay, see all. All right. Okay, well here's a couple good ones. Did you ever think you'd be famous one day? How does it feel? First of all, I'm not famous. Let's get that straightened up real quick. I have a following on the internet and that's what we'll call it. By no means am I famous. I can go out and grocery shop and not have any problems. I feel like real fame is like paparazzi is like on you, you know? But did I ever think I'd have this as an occupation? Absolutely fucking not. I wanted to be a teacher when I was younger. I used to tutor kids in high school. Like that was really the path that I wanted, and then I found out how much school you had to do and I was like, nah, B. So yeah, both of my parents were teachers, so it was just like in my blood, but started smoking weed and then this happened. For real, do you think you'd survive zombies? No, I really don't. I don't think that I have the savagery that is required to survive any kind of apocalyptic situation. Like, I'm too soft, you know? Like, I would see like a puppy in a river being attacked by zombies and I would dive into the river and try to save the puppy. Like, it is what it is, you know? Like, I would do some stupid shit like that and just die. Or alternatively, if the apocalypse happens, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find all the good drugs and we're gonna do all of them at once and then just die in a happy overdose. Boom. I mean, the world's ending anyways, might as well. When you think about like, cause I've watched a lot of zombie movies. They are very entertaining to me. But you have to not only like defend yourself against the living dead, you have to defend yourself against the living too, because in every scenario where zombies come about, people get worse, okay? And they start, like, you start struggling for resources, and I'm a woman, okay? I have one very powerful resource right here that I don't want taken from me unwillingly. So yeah, that's like a very scary thought, that when like, if like anarchy and shit happens, like, women are in such danger. Strap up, honey, in both senses of that word. Let's bring chastity belts back, but let's make men wear them. How did I get the name Mac Dizzle? I wish I had a cooler story than this, but I worked at this desk job for a long time and I had this manager. She had a little sister named Mackenzie and she used to call her little sister Mac Dizzle, and she started calling me that. And I like, you know, the name just kind of stuck. And when I created an Instagram account, I didn't know what to call it, so Mac Dizzle was born. Oh my God, this is funny. Somebody says, remember when that girl bit your face at the club? Whatever happened to that chick? Okay, so story time. I was at this club, right? It was a gay club, so, you know, there were gay girls there. And one of them wanted to make out with me. And I was like, word, why not? And so we're making out and the bitch starts getting a little too aggressive, okay? Like she started biting my lip, like my tongue, and then moved on to the side of my face and literally bit me. It looked like I had ringworm on my face. Like there were teeth marks on my face. Like that bitch bit me. I don't know what happened to her. Don't know what happened to her. After she bit me, I was like, word, you're crazy. This is enough. Thank you. Goodbye.
Do what for me?
What's the longest time you've gone without sex? 15 years. I lost my virginity when I was like 15 and a half to a boy that I'd been dating for like 8 months. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I was a little young, yeah. But didn't fuck for 15 years prior to that I know of. You know, that's actually happened before where I had this really, I'll tell you the story of what happened. I used to live in the United Arab Emirates when I was like 11 or 12 years old. And they have these things out there called wadis. And wadis are more or less like these little oases in the desert that have like these mountains, like these like rock formations and trees. And oftentimes there's like a little, you know, there's water. And so we were at one of these wadis with a couple different families. And me and a friend and her mom were all in the water, like away from pretty much everybody else. And we were like, because the way like the water was, this was such a long time ago, like when you went down into the water, there were like some trees or some kind of growth of some kind of plants that kind of inhibited your view of what was going on in the water over there. And so me, the girl, and her mom all went into that area of the water over there. And at the end of the wadi where the land came again, there was a man standing at the end. Okay. And he started like trying to talk to me, and he didn't speak very good English. He was just saying like, oh, you're a good swimmer. And I was like fucking like 11 years old, like, yeah, word, whatever. I'm just fucking sick as fuck. And then I like looked away and I was like minding my own business, being fucking 12 years old, swimming around. Like, I don't know what the fuck this man wants. All of a sudden, the mom grabs me and says, we have to go. And like she grabs me and the girl and like we're all leaving. And I look over my shoulder. All I see, because like the sun was kind of starting to set, so I just saw the silhouette of this man standing on the land with his fucking dick out. I just see the silhouette of his like hard dick against the sun. And I'm like, I didn't understand what I was seeing. I like literally like that was like the first time I ever saw a penis. I was so confused. I was like, what am I looking at right now? Mom grabbed us, like, we gotta go, and I didn't understand. I was like, what? And I was like, what is he doing? And she was like, oh, he's probably very embarrassed right now. And I'm like, and he didn't look embarrassed. The men from the group were pissed when we came over and told them, and they went over there in a huff looking for this man. Could not find him, he had fled. But fun times, that was a suppressed memory that I literally did not think about for probably like 10 years. And then randomly I was having a conversation with my parents about something and it just all came back and I was like, oh my God, a man exposed himself to me as a child. I don't know how we got there with what's the longest time you've gone without sex, how that led there, but it did. Now you know my trauma as a child. That's when I first learned that men were trash. But I mean, realistically, since I've started having sex, what's the longest I've gone without sex? A couple months. I mean, baby, I get it in. Like, I got a little roster of people that I hit up when I need such things. You know, no, maybe like a couple months. And that was like by choice. I was being celibate. You guys, I have a lot more joints to go. I'm not even through this thing yet. It's packed so good and tight though, it's hitting good. Would you let someone blow smoke into your butthole? Well, who is it? Like, Michael B. Jordan can do whatever he wants to my butthole. Honestly, blow smoke in it, slap it with a salmon, I don't care. Like, get weird. Do what you want, Michael. But just like a regular human, no, probably not. I'm not into butt stuff. Like, candidly, you know, stay away from my asshole. I would appreciate it. A lot of people don't even know this, but like I have gay friends, so like I know the ins and outs of anal sex, and almost nobody is prepared for it the way you should be. Like gay men know because they consistently have anal sex. Women have no idea. Like, you need to like douche your ass and like clean that shit out before you do any kind of activities like that, because shit will happen, okay? That is a guarantee. If you don't properly do, shit happens, okay? So no, yeah, that's a big turn off for me, and for that reason, I'm out. I don't wanna have to douche my butt. Wow, people are asking a lot of sex questions. What's the weirdest thing you've ever done while having sex? I don't know what I do weird things. You know, it was weird for me. One time a guy asked me to like suck on his nipples. And it was weird. I was like, you do that to me though. And I guess I can't sit here and discount and say that it's not the same sensation for men. It was just a thing that no man has ever asked me before in my life. And so when he did, I was like, right, the good news is this is a pretty small joint. It's pretty short. And I'm gonna have to do these 2 at a time if I wanna do this in any kind of timely manner. So the nipple sucking, that was kind of weird for me. I've stuck my finger in a butt before, for sure. But that's not even that weird, you guys. And any guys who are like, oh my God, ew, like, you'll probably like it. Just saying. Okay, I'm seeing several questions about my sexuality. Let's just go ahead and just say this in a video officially with the rainbow pillows everywhere. I think that sexuality is on a spectrum, you know? So here's straight, here's gay, and here's bi. I'm like in between straight and bi. You know, like I can fuck around with women, but like in my heart of hearts, I think I'm gonna end up with a man. There it is. I'm just Mac. I'm Mac Dizzle. You know? I am my own sexuality. I don't really identify as bisexual or straight, but I'm also not questioning. Like, I'm damn sure of how I feel. How did I start smoking? Why and how did I start smoking? So when I first started smoking, it was because my boyfriend at the time was smoking. He would just like offer it to me and I was like, yeah, word, whatever, let's do it. And like I liked the feeling of being high. But then after I graduated and I like started really smoking and like doing it on my own and buying weed, like I realized that it helped me not take ADHD medication. I was prescribed Adderall for years and years and years and years. I don't like the way it makes my body feel. I didn't like the way it affected a lot of different things in my life. And so when I was able to kind of take that out and smoke weed, it was fucking lit fire gang shit. Why do you never show toes? All right, I'm gonna say this one time. No free shows, okay? I understand that there's some weirdos out there who get off to like normal shit, and I'm not gonna let you fucking capitalize off of that lack of knowledge from the industry. If you wanna see my feet, you can pay for it, but let it be known, my feet are pretty fucking ugly. I played soccer for like 10 years. So they ain't cute. I had surgery on one of my toenails. I'm missing half of it. There's scars. My second toe was longer than my first one. I do have very high arches though, like dancer's feet. Are you working another job right now or just Instagram, YouTube, WeTube? I am doing straight up just content creation, which in the last year and a half, 2 years, that's what I've done. A lot of you don't know me from my earlier days on YouTube, but I started on High Rise TV, which is another channel, and I was on Two Girls, One Bong. Actually, that was my show. I created that show. And I had a full-time job when I was putting out that content. I was sitting at an office job, editing my fucking videos, answering phones, like putting out that content. I know what it's like to have to be on the other side of like doing the work and not getting paid for it, because at the time nobody was paying content creators like myself. Like that's just not where the industry was at. And so companies in the weed space really didn't start paying for content and things like that until like 2 years ago, right when I segued into it. Most of the time they would just laugh in your face because they're like, oh, well, we have 5 other influencers who are willing to do it for just product, and you're like, you know, I'm doing this full time. But if there's anyone who wants like to do this full time also, I encourage you to do so. When I first quit my job, I was not making a lot of money. I was making far less making YouTube videos than I was at my regular job. I took the risk, I did the work, and I got where I'm at, and I'm fucking settled, and I'm good, and I'm happy now. My money's straight, I'm not in debt anywhere, like things are fucking good. How do you keep your spicy confidence continue day after day? That was a weirdly worded question, but confidence comes from within and it takes daily practice, honestly. And I also won't lie, like y'all gas me up and you really make me feel so good about myself in so many different ways, because I get so much positive feedback from you guys on my stories and comments and things like that. That it really just like boosts me up and makes me feel good, and I'm like so happy to be able to like reach out to people and like have a impact in your life, you know? Like it's dope to me. Those were pretty solid. Somebody says, honestly, I'd love to know how you got your scar on your eyelid. I love gory stories behind scars. There's a whole video, a couple videos down from this one, that explains my eyeball story, and it goes in graphic detail about my eyelid being sewn back together while I was awake. So if that's your tea, go click it. Wow, y'all asking a lot of sexual questions. What's my favorite sex position? Doggy. My ass is gigantic, like put it to work, you know? Somebody asked, can I touch my tongue to my nose? Absolutely not. I have an extraordinarily short tongue, which is also like a cosmic sign that I wasn't meant to be a lesbian, because I can barely stick my tongue out. Like literally, I'm gonna show you how far I can stick it out. That is as far as it goes. And I'm hurting myself at that point, because like, it's like, it's connected like super close to like the top of my tongue, or I just have a really short one, I don't know. No, I cannot touch my tongue to my nose. On to these two, and then we have one more teeny tiny little hash guy. These aren't hitting very well. I hate that about pre-rolls. It's like you never know how they're gonna hit. Somebody said, how do you keep a guy interested? Honey, you shouldn't have to. If he's interested, he's interested. If not, kick rocks, you know? A question asks, am I dating Deshaun or Frankie? I don't know who they are, but yes, both of them. They're both my boyfriends. His joint's clogged. But the room is getting boxed. I can tell you that much. The room is getting boxed. Biggest dick I've seen was actually this guy that went to my high school. We never fucked during high school, but a couple years after, probably like 3-4 years after, we linked back up, and that man had like a third leg. Like I couldn't see him after that because I was like, there's no way I can ever have sex with you again. There's no way. There's no way. It was like my forearm. Which boob is bigger, left or right? That's my left one. Left one's bigger. Do I use flushable wipes or just toilet paper? I use recycled toilet paper, and not like it's used toilet paper, but like paper, toilet paper that's made from recycled paper. Like my paper towels are recycled, all that shit's recycled. I buy like vegan products. I'm doing my best to try to help the earth little by little, you know? Let me just take this chance real quick to encourage everyone else to do the same. Like this year, I'm really doing my best to change the little things in my life that are gonna make an overall big impact on the earth. Like I don't get plastic bags at the grocery store. I bought a shit ton of those fucking reusable bags. If I don't have them, I just carry the fucking shit, and I deal with the inconvenience of having to carry the fucking shit. Like, don't accept plastic bags. If somebody automatically gives you one, be like, no, you know what, thank you, save that for the next customer, I don't need that. Because it's one fucking less bag. Like, the more people who catch on and the more people who start doing one little fucking thing, the bigger impact it's gonna have. And like, one of the biggest issues is people saying like, oh, I'm one person, like, what is that gonna do? Yeah, if everybody fucking thinks that way, nothing's gonna happen. But if everybody changes their mindset and they said, okay, I'm one person, but if one person and one person and one person and one person and one person, like, that's a whole fucking deal. So I encourage everyone to start doing the small things, the little things, like plastic bags, buying recycled paper, things like that. Don't get straws. Bring a titanium straw with you. They have collapsible ones that you can keep in your purse. Don't accept them from people. Be like, look, I don't need this straw. Sometimes when you go through the drive-thru, it's like inevitable and they give you the straw regardless. But you go to restaurants and things like that, like just say no to fucking plastic straws. They're fucking terrible. I have stepped back on how much I use Amazon. I've realized that Amazon is one of the worst things for the planet right now. The amount of cardboard boxes they're sending shit out in. Like, I just realized like the amount of trash I was generating from my Amazon purchases was insane for one person. It was insane. Like, I'm trying to lower my output of trash. And that means that I don't go to drive-thrus and stuff and order food as much anymore either, because they're wrapping their food up for you, they're putting it in a container, they're doing this, they're doing that, and it's just so much waste. Like, you can just cook at home and reuse your fucking dishes, and the earth is happy. So I would love to hear some of the little things that you guys are doing. Give me tips and advice. I would love to hear what you guys are up to and doing your part. And I encourage you to encourage other people to do this. Let people know, like, it's a movement and everybody needs to change their mentality on it. Like, the little things do matter. You do matter. Your actions do matter. What's the weirdest place I got laid? One time I fucked on top of an elementary school. I was really ratchet like that. I wasn't in elementary school. I was like an adult. I was like, probably like 20. It was not enjoyable. It was cold and my knees hurt. What's the weirdest thing you've eaten while high as fuck? Yo, I eat a bunch of stuff when I'm high as fuck. Like the other night I got home and I didn't have like any ice cream or anything sweet to eat. So I got some chocolate syrup and some caramel syrup out my kitchen, poured it all over my body and licked it off. I'm just kidding. I put it on a spoon. It was delicious though. I used to be really broke, so I found like a lot of like weird like ways to like mix foods and make like stretch things out and make them last longer, you know? Who smoked me out for the first time? I think his name was Ian. He was like this little Jewish kid from my school, and he had a bong, and he was like the plug. I think his name was Ian. Somebody asked if I'm single. Yes, I am. Hi, hello, who are you? Me stalking this person. Wow, it's actually getting boxed in here. I'm happy. I did not see this coming. Oh my god, and you know what's crazy is I really thought that this was gonna be really hard for me because traditionally when I do hot boxes, like I just have a really hard time smoking through joints. I don't know. But today, like, I'm thriving and I thought I was gonna need to like take hits through the bong. So I brought it and I didn't use it, but now I would like to. Fuck, marry, kill. Pancakes, waffles, French toast. Kill French toast. Fuck waffles, marry pancakes. Okay, that joint's done. Now I'm gonna kill this one in there the same way. He just tried to do it straight into the downstem. You're high, Mac. Go to bed. We're on to the very last thing. Oh yeah, that's definitely like hash or something. How has it been working with your ex after such a long relationship? So for those of you who don't know, High Rise TV, my ex and I started that channel. Aaron is my ex, and working with him's dope. Like, we get along on such a level of like friends. Like when we were dating, like we were so connected, like mentally, like that's really where the strength of our relationship was. And when we broke up, like we just kind of like fell out of the attraction, you know, like we weren't really attracted to each other anymore. We worked very well together. I have nothing but respect and good things to say about him. Like, he's a fucking genius. And he's really helped build me up to where I am today. So for that, I will always be grateful. So working with him has been dope. Like, he's an awesome guy. So mad love to Aaron. He's the best. Oh, it's in my eye. No! You son of a bitch. Why would you betray me like that? We're gonna come back and we're gonna see how this room looks and smells after I turn this handy dandy air filter on. I'll do like increment updates. I'll check in 10 minutes, I'll check in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and so on and so forth. You can kind of see how hazy it is. Maybe. Alright, here I am. You can't tell, but I'm twerking right here. It's a really nice song when you turn it on. I'm just gonna turn it on to auto. It's already turning on and it's happening. Oh, it's happening. Okay. I'll be back to check on this room in 10 minutes and I'll let you know how it is. Look, now you can kind of see the box. See, you can see it's a little boxed in here. I just came back in the room. Won't lie, 10 minutes wasn't enough. The fan is on a really low setting still, so I'm gonna put it up a little higher. But a fair amount of the smoke is gone. but there is still a smell. So I'm gonna give it like 30 minutes and then I'm gonna come back. I'm also increasing the fan speed quite a bit. It was on like fan 2. Okay, so it has been on for about an hour. All of the smoke is gone. Most of the smell is gone. It smells pretty fresh in here actually because I have like a little air freshener. So definitely recommend if you're looking for a good little air filter to keep you a little healthier. Remember my discount code will save you some shmoney. Check out the link in the description if you're interested. Claire Wind air filters. It's lit, fam. This hot box was a success and the D hot box was also a success. And also like this is on a pretty high setting and it's not even loud. Like you can hear that and that's like on a really high fan setting. When you turn it down you can almost not hear it at all. You see how quiet that got? It's still on, it's just very quiet now. So thank you for watching this video. If you're still watching this video right now, comment Zam filter. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It's the same thing, liking and thumbing it up. I don't know why I said both, but please do that. Comment, subscribe, make sure your notifications are turned on. There's issues with that on YouTube. Love you guys, have a fantastic day, night, morning, evening. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I hope it's great. Love you, okay, bye.